What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Niner Sickness, and I got my boy, the Boston Hater, next to me, and we got E-Man on the phone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the N.W.A. podcast. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's start talking some football. What's up, Boston Hater?
Just another busy week for me. But we're at the end here. So, I'm just ready to get to it. Say hello to everybody. I don't know who's in here right now. We got Kiana.
Hey, Kiana.
Here. But hello, Kiana. Welcome to the show.
Let me set that
What's
up.
What's up?
What's up, Eric? Say hi to everyone. Say hi to Kiana.
Hey, what's up, Kiana?
So, how was your week there, Eric? I heard I should call you Mr. FedEx.
Man, it's been a long week, and it ain't over yet.
Oh, you're working tomorrow?
I got to work tomorrow and Sunday.
Oh, well, when you start new, you got to start from the bottom up. You got to put in your time. That's good though, man. So how you like your job?
It's good.
Keeping you busy?
Yeah.
Well, you got no more excuses for your packages to be late, right?
Well, I'm not delivering my own route, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks.
But
yeah,
they can't leave your shit on the truck anymore. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They do that. You can check them right there on the spot. Hey man, where's my stuff?
you know what though? I found out that there's several different facilities. It's not just one facility that it goes through.
Oh yeah. Some are air, some are ground. There's like probably coming to your area. There's at least two.
Because when I ordered my jacket, because I knew it was going to rain today, I was looking in the packages because I seen the route and it wasn't there, and I was like, oh no. But it came through express instead of ground, so I was able to. I got it on time, and it worked like a charm.
Yeah, good stuff.
They know you're part of the system now. They know not to mess with you. So now your shit's gonna get there on time. You're one of the boys. I doubt it if they'll mess with E-Man now. But I'm happy for you, bro. Happy for you, man. Sucks that you're working the weekends, but hey, at least you got those weekends to work, bro. So before you know it, in about 15 years, you probably get the weekends off.
Yeah. He said 15 years.
All right,
hey, Eric, no lie. It took me longer than that on my job.
Especially doing deliveries. I'm pretty sure that most of the deliveries is in the weekends, so you'll be doing weekends for a while, bro. So it's all good.
Well, only this week, because we're shorthanded, but mainly I'll get like a Sunday off or Monday.
Oh, okay. So they get you to work one day out of the weekend.
Pretty much. I'm surprised they deliver on Sundays, to be honest with you.
Come on, Kiana, for real? My name's not Boston. My name is Nathaniel.
Is Boston Hater your real name?
Boston.
It's his nickname because he loves Boston.
Yeah, love. That's what you call it.
What's up, Tom? Welcome to the show, buddy. Yeah, the Boston Hater does not like Boston and anything out of Boston. Nothing from Boston. So the name was given. The Boston Hater himself. As you get to know him, Kiana, you'll see he's a teddy bear, but just don't like Boston. You're not from Boston, Kiana, by the way, are you? Is Mr. Boston Hater? Yeah, you've been missed. Tom's like, what's up? I know. I had to pull him, Tom. He's like, come on, Boston Hater, you gotta come on live, man. People, your fan base is wondering if I killed you and hit you somewhere or something.
Nah, they know I'm around. They see me jump in the comments a little bit here and
there.
Yeah.
But so the draft is almost here, ladies and gentlemen. Next Thursday will be the show and tell which direction the 49ers will be going in with that pick, third overall, and we can cut out all the speculation and
Oh my
whether we like the decision or not, we can put it to rest.
It's so annoying. Oh no apologies needed, Kiana. It's fine. What is this, man? It's like every time somebody throws the ball around, some practice throw arounds, he's the guy all of a sudden.
Yeah. It went as soon as we had the pro day for
day one, and then they went to his pro day and he was the hero.
Yep.
Then Trey Lance had a pro day and he's the guy. Nah, I mean, it was Justin Fields and then Trey Lance, but they keep moving. Oh, people want to hear Tom especially wants to hear, what I have to say about that. Well, let's start with this. First off, I believe that it's arguable whether Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback coming from college football. I think it's really close between him and Justin Fields. I think that is a very close match. I don't know which one I would choose. I would have a tough time trying to choose between either one. As I also feel that by that same token, I would probably have a hard time choosing between Mac Jones and Trey Lance, because Trey Lance has accuracy issues, but he's just physically gifted. Oh man, his ceiling is unbelievable. Mac Jones is very good in the pocket. Once you move him out of the pocket, though, he can be horrendous. So I don't know. He's not a guy I would want, because I don't really feel like, unless he becomes like just next level in the pocket, like a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady or Drew Brees, if he's not that level, he's not going to be an upgrade from Jimmy. So the likelihood that he's going to be on that level is a lot less likely than one of these other guys who have multiple skill sets, like a Trevor Lawrence, like Justin Fields. And I don't really mention the BYU guy too much. I think that he's in the middle, though. I think you got the two on the end with Lance and Jones, and then I think you got the guys at the top with Lawrence and Fields, and BYU kid sits in the middle. I'm not a big fan of the BYU kid. I would much rather have him than either of the two after him, for sure. And I really can't see the Niners taking anybody but the BYU guy or Justin Fields. Yeah, those are the best two quarterbacks. Those are the ones with the floor is not incredibly low like the floor of Trey Lance. Trey Lance could be absolutely terrible, but he could be the best thing to ever go out and play. So, I'm not a big fan. I like Trey Lance. And if it came down to Trey Lance or Mac Jones, I would take Trey Lance. And I would only take him because I want to swing for the fences. We gave up 3 1s and a 3 to move up 9 spots. Why am I going to take a guy who looks like basically a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I already have a Jimmy Garoppolo. One of the things that Kyle said himself was, I want to have more improvisation at the quarterback position. A guy that sits in the pocket that when he moves is atrocious is not improvisation. Improvisation could come from any one of the other 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So for that reason, even though Mac Jones today is a better quarterback than Trey Lance, the upside for all 4 of those other guys is higher than that of Mac Jones. So I would take Lance in front of him. But honestly, given the way I think things are going to fall, Justin Fields is my choice. I think that he is, proven in pressure situations. He shows that he's effective at throwing the football at all three levels. He shows that he can actually climb up in the pocket and he's fearless. Not to mention that he also shows that on the run, he can make a lot of high level throws. He's not perfect. He's got some holes in his game, but overall, he's got an easier path to being a next level quarterback than a guy like Lance or a guy like Jones. Uh, Another one of my issues with Jones, because Jones seems to be a hot topic, ever since the season ended, is that he's basically effective inside of 20 yards. Another thing that once he throws the ball beyond 20 yards, his efficiency and his accuracy falls off a cliff. So, I did a lot of watching tape on all these guys. As a matter of fact, the top 5 quarterbacks in this draft, I watched every pass play that any of them ran in college. And this is my opinion based upon what I saw. I don't really have much more to say about it. It's not something that I want to drag on and talk about, week after week. And, I mean, the guys would get on and talk about it. And I'm like, oh, not this again. You guys are talking about the same stuff. I'm like, I feel like at the end of the day, the decision isn't ours, but that's what my decision would be.
Yeah, and that was the kind of, I've said it before about Justin Fields, how I feel, how he would complete that offense. And yeah, even given the circumstances to take a player like him, his caliber, it'd be great. But I don't rule out the possibility that a team could take him ahead of us, because nothing's set in stone. As much as people want Zach Wilson to go to the Jets, I'm not counting the fact that
No,
he's gonna be a Jet.
Yeah, I think that flat out Fields is better than him, and I would not be surprised that the Niners just letting people talk about any and everybody going to them, because maybe they really want Fields, but they have a feeling that the Jets might want him. That's the only thing I can think about. Of course, none of us really know the answer, because the bottom line is Niners don't let anything out. We could sit up and talk about everything that's happened over the last 4 years.
Yep.
And the stuff happened. And the only thing that we had any inkling about really was Nick Bosa, because it was kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a little talk about Quentin Williams, and the Niners let that happen. So.
And, if per se Trevor, well, it's not about Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion, is going to be the first pick. But if Justin Fields does go second, then there's I would be a real slim margin that the Niners would pass on Zach Wilson. Just because of
I don't expect them to.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't expect them to. Even though, like I said, I think that's another tier. I think those other two are at the top. I think that Fields and Lawrence are actually above Wilson.
It's kind of tough for me, to put Fields above Lawrence, but it's kind of, you can go either way. I think you could go either way with it.
I would have a hard time with that choice.
Yeah.
I looked at them, and Justin Fields had nearly 600 passes in his college career, and Lawrence had like 1,100 and some change, and I don't see any real difference between the two of them. It's minor at best. I don't know Which one I would
And
choose.
and you made an interesting point with the amount of attempts that each quarterback has thrown. A lot of people don't take that into perspective when they're evaluating talent. It's like, okay, well, he only threw the ball. I mean, some of these quarterbacks went to. I mean, they may have been great passers, but because their offense primarily focuses on the run, they get limited on what they can really showcase.
Oh,
For example, like Oregon. I'll give you an example with Oregon. Oregon's primarily known for running. So when the kid from Oregon came out last year, um, trying to think of his name, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Justin Herbert.
yeah.
He was really overlooked because of the offense they ran.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of stuff that they're trying to put on Justin Fields.
Yeah.
The offense, this. I'm like, well, let's just look at a few things. I mean, and
Didn't he throw for like 6 touchdowns?
he threw for that in a game against
thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that. Appreciate it.
He had broken ribs on the second touchdown pass and threw 4 more. Yeah, but that's not the thing.
Eric.
This is the thing. I look at Justin Fields and I see a guy who, you talk about, they try to say things like, he's not a hard worker. Every one of his players, his teammates and his coaches say he is. I don't know why the media is saying the nonsense that they're saying. They're saying that he's not good at making decisions, and they talk about on and off the field. I'm like, Justin Fields has never been in any trouble. Justin Fields is only had like 8 turnover worthy plays in his entire college career. Not to mention that he had scholarship offers from Yale, Harvard, Northwestern, and Duke. These are, true institutions of higher learning. This is for like elite level students. Ain't none of these other players, these quarterbacks, and they got offers from schools like that. So he's obviously got the intellect for the position. He's obviously a leader, and he did a lot of pushing the issue for the Big Ten to play football. As a matter of fact, he was the one that went on camera and said that he wanted to play, and he had this petition signed by like, I don't know, 3,000 plus students and faculty to have a college football season. And that's why they had the abbreviated season, and they played the 6 games. But the fact that they had it, and he was the face of the whole thing. But people make it seem like he's not a leader. That's what you hear in the media. I get people sending me these little clips about him. A lot of negativity. I don't know why they're trying to badmouth this kid, but he's the kind of player any team would want.
Well, not just that. Now the latest come out about him dealing with epilepsy, which.
But the thing is, that's a fact.
Yeah, but nobody they haven't said anything about it until now.
Okay.
And
well,
here's the thing: it wasn't even worth bringing up because he hasn't had an episode.
Hold on.
Yeah,
he publicly admitted that it's coming out.
Yeah. But he hadn't had an episode in years. Is what?
Okay. And you know what? I can name you some NFL players that had epilepsy.
Yeah,
and hadn't had any issues.
Yeah, as long as you treat it right, you should be fine.
It's like they're trying to degrade his value. That's all they've tried to do since the offseason, since the draft. He became eligible.
I wonder why.
There's a whole lot of thoughts I have. I'm not going to get into it.
At the end of the day, they're all bullcrap, though.
Yeah, it's just strange that you're lifting a guy like Mac Jones, who, you know, has a good head on his shoulders as it pertains to football, but makes questionable decisions like 2 DUIs. But they don't bring that up. You never hear that from the media. But, you're always hearing about, oh, he's a hard worker. First guy in the locker room, last guy out. Oh, he's intelligent. He makes good throws. Oh, by the way, Tom, you asked a question. Accuracy as it pertains to uh, Jones. He's damn accurate. It doesn't have anything to do with those receivers. That boy can throw the football. And it's just that he's only good in the short and intermediate range. Anything under 20 yards, he seems to really be able to zip that ball in there and get it to his guys in stride. I'm pretty impressed by him. The thing is, he wasn't challenged a lot, but when he was challenged, he still made those throws. You know what PFF considers high level throws? In his 560 some attempts in his career, he had 22. That's not much, but he was very good on those if they were inside of 20 yards. Now, when he was pushed out of the pocket, that dude is atrocious.
Yep. Oh, different story.
I mean, he's about as good as me when you start moving him around. He's not good at all.
Not sure gonna say me because of the back, but
he moves more like you, but I might move quicker, but I'm just as bad.
I didn't like per se the way he handled pressure compared to the other quarterbacks.
Here's the problem. When he was able to step into something in the face of pressure, he was good. When he had to move off his spot, he was terrible. So, I mean, if he can stay in the pocket, he's fine. He's not scared. He's just not good when he has to move. Yeah. And Trey Lance, I love his skill set, but the guy, he's one of those guys that'll make this amazing play, and you're sitting there with your mouth wide open, and then he'll get a 7-yard out and miss it by 7 yards.
Yeah.
And it's not like his footwork is bad. You look at the footwork, he steps up and he turns his body and squares up to his receiver, and he just overshoots the ball. It's like, that makes me nervous. One of the things, when you speed up some guy's process and you give him something to look for, that can be coached. It is hard to coach accuracy. A lot of guys that come in the league not accurate stay that way. So that's what makes me nervous about him.
Well, I mean, what do you, as far as, I mean, I've heard you talk about Lance and Fields and Jones. What about Wilson? What aspects do you like about his game, and what don't you like about him?
Wilson is got a little bit too much gunslinger mentality. He puts it up for grabs too much for me. That's what kind of takes him out of the question and being in with Lawrence and Fields. Lawrence and Fields are very good at taking care of the ball, as is Trey Lance. But Jones, not quite as good, but still not bad. Yeah, the only one that really is kind of careless is Wilson. Yeah, I don't care for that part of it. But you know what? He's able to move. He's able to climb the pocket. One of the things that I hate about his game, and it's frustrating, and I hope that this is just a fact of he has the time to get away with doing it, but it's a bad habit. He has a tendency to buy time by drifting backwards in the pocket, moving back 3 or 4 yards, and trying to wait. But when you do that, you change the blocking for the offensive line, and a lot of times create pressure that you wouldn't have had if you would have just stayed where you were. So I saw him do that a number of times, and I hope that he, can get past that.
Yeah. I mean, like when we talk about coachable, the tangible things that can be coached up, I think as far as his game goes, I think that's more of something to work with than the accuracy issues that you have with Lance. I think that Wilson's issues can be coached
Oh,
better than
absolutely.
Trey
Absolutely.
Lance.
Yeah, because accuracy isn't an issue for Wilson. Wilson is also pretty good on his throws at every level. Um, he's
Some
good.
of them just amaze me, but
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, all three of those top three guys, the ones that I named as the top three, uh, they make some serious throws. Um, and they have some very good accuracy. Like I said, the only one that's got questions about the accuracy is Lance. The other
yeah.
four, I'm pretty confident with their accuracy.
Which I mean, you pretty much spoke well on those points, and that's that's kind of how where I felt with Mac Jones being very similar to Jimmy Garoppolo in the intermediate range. You know, as far as his accuracy goes, he may even, truthfully, he may even be better. But
Yeah,
as, but I mean, we'll just have to see
yeah.
as
And
far as
on top of that, when you have a guy like that, you know, one of the things that you want to be able to do is add to your offense. Jones will not add to the offense. Those Any of these other guys, especially when you look at a guy like Fields, can you imagine things like all of a sudden you've got a vertical game. Now guys have to back those safeties off. We don't have 8 and 9 men in the box trying to bottle up our running game. Somebody that can do that opens up the uh the running game even more because you get those guys off the line of scrimmage. Not to mention that in the running game, you have another dimension. Can you imagine jet sweeps with Debo Samuel, where the quarterback pulls it back and just runs right up the middle because they're over pursuing one way or another? I can see those being easy gains right up the middle.
yeah. And I mean, as much as I mean, Justin Fields is very quick. Uh, I think overall, like when we talked about Trey Lance being he's bigger built, kind of like Cam Newton kind of quarterback. Maybe not as sizable. Cam's a pretty big guy, but I just the last thing I would want to do is put my quarterback in the same situation that we're putting our receivers and tight ends in.
Well, it's not about that because see, when you have these over pursuit things, you can just hit right up the middle on these things, and they're going to be open runs. When he pulls them in, he just hits it up the gut and slides. And if there's a crease, maybe he goes for 30 or 40 yards. Both of those guys are pretty good size, and they're pretty rugged when you talk about Fields and Lance.
I
And
think,
Trevor Lawrence is a big guy too. But
truthfully, one of the best quarterbacks at doing that is Kyler Murray. Like I don't see him take too many hits as far as when he takes off with the football.
oh, go ahead. Good night, Kiana.
Oh, my bad.
Tom asking about the signings of the last couple of days. Well, we got two defensive linemen from the Raiders. Both of
The
them
Raiders.
were supposed to be very
The
promising
Raiders.
when they were drafted. There was a lot of promise with those guys. You had Arden Key and
Hurst.
Maurice Hurst. Yeah. And both of these dudes were supposed to be, very productive NFL careers because they were extremely productive in college. So far, that hasn't been the case. So far, they've been pretty atrocious. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping because they do both have talent that a change of scenery helps. But
Then one
Hopefully.
of our
nothing
that
I've
mean
seen from them tells me that that's going to be the case. I've seen nothing that says they will improve, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, they're rotational players, and they might not even make a team.
True. But, I mean, if they are going to succeed, this is the opportunity for them to do so, especially under our defensive line coach.
Because Eric.
He tends to get the most out of some of the players that we brought in.
Well, who got the worst deal? We getting them or them getting Solomon Thomas?
Flip a coin.
You already know the answer. Flip a coin.
It's probably not a whole lot of difference. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, we don't know the answer to that.
That
was another one. Same thing with him. He was a guy with promise that there was high hope for coming out of the draft, and really didn't turn out very well.
But I think Solomon Thomas was a victim of the spot where he was taken too high, and expectations were too high.
Trash.
He was good. He was good in college.
Yeah,
he had a lot of talent.
There was no reason for him to be as bad as he was. Yeah. I mean, he's not a 5th round, 6th round draft pick. And it wouldn't have been a big deal if he was.
But he gets in his feelings.
Yeah, too bad.
If they don't talk nice about him, and people talk shit, he gets into his feelings. He gets all butthurt and takes him out of his game.
You don't belong in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as mental wise, I can see why he couldn't focus on the game.
Well, I'm not referring to his sister passing.
Oh no,
that's different. I'm talking about the criticism that he takes from the fans and what he hears on social media.
Yeah, well, this is what it is. It's a cruel world. You get out there playing football.
Yeah, especially when you're in the spotlight. Yeah,
either you do or you do not. And when you get drafted that high, the microscope is on you.
Yep.
So
you got to perform. Even if you don't perform right away, they're going to be talking bad about you.
Yeah, I mean, being a top pick like he was, I mean, there's a lot more expectation for a top pick to perform than there is any pick. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, you only get 200. There's only 200 and some picks out of 10,000 players. I mean, granted, those players had to show some kind of ability. They didn't just get there because of good looks or anything like that.
No, he was good in college. Sometimes they just don't transcend that into the NFL.
It was a bad choice from the start.
Yeah, no argument there.
When you look back on what Solomon Thomas did as a collegiate, his strengths were as an interior pass rusher, and he was a defensive end in the run game.
That is exactly
what Eric Armstead does.
Yep.
Eric Armstead was even a better collegiate than Solomon Thomas. Why would you draft? You already had Eric Armstead. Why would you draft a backup in 3rd overall? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, just looking at.
I think it was just.
I'm not going to reflect on that.
He was just familiar with him coming out of Stanford, first year. Familiarity with him, trying to feel safe, take a safe pick. Honestly, I don't think they didn't do none of their due diligence in that draft. That's probably, I understand it's their first draft ever, but that was besides, I don't know, did Kittle come out of that draft? No.
That's the only player that came out of it. Let's put it this way. Right now, that was a 2017 draft.
Yeah.
We have 2 players on the team left from that draft. George Kittle, 5th round. DJ Jones, 6th round. Everybody else is gone.
Richie James.
No, he didn't go. He came in the 2018.
Yeah, Richie James was in that year. Yeah.
I thought he was 17.
No, but yeah, those are the only 2 guys behind George Kittle, which the George Kittle itself makes it not too bad of a draft because of what he turned out to be, but still. Yeah. And then Reuben Foster, you really couldn't really put that on them. They were played by that about his character concerns. And
you know how the deal works. Regardless as to whose fault it is, whose problem is it?
Oh yeah. At the end of the day, it's still the Niners' problem. Oh, was it the Niners' problem?
Yeah. So, fortunately, we have now moved on from all of that.
Thank God. And for those that wanted Aldous Smith to come back to the Niners,
get out of here.
People are like, he should have went to us instead of the Seahawks. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be playing for the Seahawks.
Yeah, we don't need a problem child.
No.
I'm actually really concerned about, and he hasn't been in trouble since he's been in the NFL, but Arden Key really had some real issues in college.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of concerned about that, but I'm sure at the first sign of anything, they'll probably drop.
One of my friends that is a big Raider fan, he told me that he got penalized for pulling this guy's helmet right off of it, right off the player. It jerked it right off.
I don't care about that.
I'm
talking about the stuff that he does to hurt the team off the field.
Oh, gotcha.
He's not. I mean, come on. He's been there 3 years now, and the only thing that they can talk about is the one time he ripped the helmet off of a guy's head.
That's true.
Whatever. He got mad. He had a bad moment.
You're playing a passionate game. Yeah, you're right. Playing a passionate game. You're
done something similar.
Yeah.
So what?
And he hasn't done it since. So a lot of players, they learn. They do it once, they learn. They told not to do it again. And you're right. You haven't heard anything more about him. So, what was the whole issue of Hurst? I know they cut him, they released him, but I don't know too much about him to know what
garbage. You drafted him to play defensive tackle. He was supposed to be a run stuffer that had a little bit of pass rush from the defensive tackle position, and he never panned out. He just never did. He's out there getting blown off the ball in Oakland. He was getting pushed around. Then he'd get injured. I mean, he just never did what you would think he would have done. Because a lot of times defensive linemen, most of them, what you see in college, especially when they're at those big schools, and I believe he went to Michigan, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah. And when you're in a conference like that, a lot of times that stuff translates. And you usually, if you don't succumb to injury, you're usually pretty good. He hasn't been even okay. And, Arden Key was from LSU.
Yeah.
I expected him to be, pretty decent. It didn't work out.
I honestly think the best out of the three signings was Wayne Gallman from the Giants.
Without a doubt.
I mean, if you look at statistically, now none of our running backs average under 4.5 yards a carry, which I mean, you look at Jared McKinnon, you look at Tevin Coleman.
Oh,
it was atrocious. Now we have.
That's what happened when guys can't look at a hole and hit the hole. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like having two Trent Richardsons out there. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, when Saquon Barkley got hurt and he had to step in, I think he did a great job. For what he was provided.
Pretty good.
I mean,
yes, Tom, that's what we're talking about right now. The kid that we picked up from the
running back we're referring to, Tom. Yeah.
I think he's going to push probably for that third spot on the roster.
Oh yeah, Hasty's got some work to do if he wants that third spot.
But I don't see Mostert or Wilson losing out to him. But it'd be good to come in.
Too hasty, no.
He's going to get some reps.
Oh, absolutely.
So. All four of them, yeah.
And he's pretty nifty out of the backfield too. So
yeah, he's a great pass catcher too. Which the elements that we really wanted out of Jet and Tevin Coleman catching passes out of the backfield didn't really do. Jet was okay. I would say that Jet was better at catching out of the backfield than he was running the ball.
Jet was a waste of money.
And a rotten individual.
Yeah. After the Niners keeping him the way they did, man. He gives
after all that sucking up he did the year before to stay on. Oh, I'm so humbled and this is that and the other. And then he's talking crap. Yeah. So once you get what you had coming, now I want to talk crap. Man, get out of here. Get on a. As a matter of fact, does that guy have a job right now?
Nope.
Probably not. I think
yeah,
Tevin Coleman got signed before him.
yeah, maybe. Tevin Coleman went to the Jets.
Yeah. It was the first signing from the Jets, from the Niners.
He didn't play worth a darn. That's probably why.
Yeah, you know, that's what happens when you get the opportunity to finally play for the Niners and you can't do nothing with it, and you expose yourself for who you are. The Niners are finally to tell you you're not going to come back. Now you get your butt hurt, your feelings hurt, and then you talking about the Niners because you lost the job based on what you produce on the field. It wasn't the Niners didn't like you; it's just they're not going to keep you when you can't do nothing for them.
I can honestly say that I've never been truly impressed by Jay McKinnon as an athlete.
I'm not going to say that. No.
By who?
I saw some things in Minnesota that was like,
Oh, Jared. Yeah, he was different in Minnesota. Yeah.
As far as his running ability.
Oh no, I used to break him down on that too. What I would notice is Minnesota was primarily a power run team, but they did run some zone concepts, and it was funny how when they ran zone, he would hit these holes and he would get up there and there and good plays. And I went into because I was curious. PFF breaks down stuff like this, so I go and look. McKinnon rushing average on power plays 3.7 yards a carry. Zone 5.6 when he was in Minnesota. Now, his receiving abilities, a lot of the things I saw there, reminded me of a guy with wide receiver skills. We didn't see enough of that here. You saw very little of it.
I think that injury really screwed him, messed with him.
Yeah, but that attitude probably didn't help either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, he must have got it this year in 2020 because he didn't have it the year before.
Oh, he was humble as all get up.
Yeah, because he was a cheerleader. He was on the side of the field, sidelines and all that. He already got paid. He don't care.
No. He wasn't acting like that. I'm talking about when 2019, right after 2019, when they gave him that 1-year deal and how humble he was acting and all that. And then once the year was over, all of a sudden he's acting funny. Yep. So, yeah, my thing is not about the fact that he, got the money. Well, I mean, that's over and done. He never played it down with that contract. But when he got the year deal, once he, talking about how humble he was and glad that they give him the opportunity, this, that, and the other. And then after it's over, I got mine. Forget y'all. Okay. Well, good luck trying to find a job with that kind of I'd rather just pick some random undrafted free agent than to mess with him. Right.
Yeah. That's been the key point for us for the last couple of years anyways. Even when he was there, I mean, we've had our pickings on some undrafted free agents. And it's kind of worked out for us.
Yeah. Understand that there's a lot more undrafted free agents in the history of it. Most of the time, wherever Bobby Turner is, some undrafted or lowly drafted person is going to excel. It's just the way it is. Bobby Turner is one heck of a running back coach. He is obviously has a lot to do with the amount of talent that he's able to just find in the rough. He's a very impressive guy. I've never seen any interest from him in being anything but a running back coach. So, he never really seemed interested in being like a coordinator or anything like that. He's just happy being a running back coach, and he's a darn good one.
I know when they got rid of Rathman. People were like disappointed.
Oh no! When I saw the name Bobby Turner, I was like, "Yeah, right. We just upgraded."
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think there was just a lot of loyalty because of what Rathman did for the team, and as a person, wonderful guy. Great coach too. But when you have Bobby Turner, man, it's just he's way better. He brings the best out of running backs. Look what he did with what's his name that we traded to Miami. After he went to Miami, he was not able to keep his job there. He's without a job right now.
Talking about Matt Breida.
Matt Breida, yeah.
Matt Breida was just hurt again. Actually, when Matt Breida was on the field, he did what he did here. He just wasn't on the field very much. So his problem is, ankle injuries. Again, that's his issue last year, just like it was with us.
I can imagine him and Jimmy when they retired, talking about all their injuries during the regular career. Who had more injuries? Oh man, I can hear that conversation. So what do you guys thoughts? I want to talk to you guys about the 43rd pick. There's a couple of corners that are out there. I would love to see what your idea of a corner should bring in. If a corner we should get at second pick, 43 overall, Nate, and then I want to ask Eric the same question.
I don't plan on picking it number 43.
Wow. So what? Okay, so that's your thoughts. If I recall, is you want to move down, and then be able to move back up on the third, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say we do move down and we accumulate more draft picks, and that scenario plays out. What position do you still want to address?
Well, we got a few of them.
That's for sure.
Corner is probably the highest on my list. Definitely could look at right guard. A receiver is not out of the question. At that time, I'll just be interested in going best available. There's a receiver in particular that I kind of have my eyes on that I think might be somebody that could really open things up for us because he's just a downright deep threat.
You're not moving, Nate.
What's that?
You're not moving.
Froze, huh?
Yep. Caught you looking at the iPad and.
Oh yeah, I was reading the comments.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's wrong. That's weird.
It's all good. We can still hear you though. But so yeah, definitely. And I'll bring it to you right now, Eric. Definitely, corner will be an issue, an area that I would like to address immediately too. Because, truth be told, man, God forbid we lose Verrett, who do we really have after him? Emmanuel Mosley, Johnson. Oh my goodness. So that's an area that we definitely have to address. So what are we doing at 43, or are we trading down as well for you, Eric?
I think we stay put unless we start to see a run on some corners. I think if that's the case, then we trade back up into the first.
Freaking Tom. He said he's checking out Eric on the iPad.
There's no pictures of Eric. Not here.
No. But yeah.
Whatever it was powerful enough to freeze him.
I think it depends really on the other teams. Honestly, I don't rule out the possibility of us trading back into the first to get a corner. And then using a later pick or a future pick to move back into the third would be nice.
Okay. With that, when you're talking about moving up where and who is it that you're looking at that would make sense to move up into the first round for?
Well, if a player such as Newsom slides down and doesn't get drafted, or I know that Farley's been heavily coveted. That's another one.
That's scary.
It is scary. But you can't. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm still not as far as athletic ability. Yes, he's dealt with some issues with injury, but really, I mean, it's like just taking a chance on a player outside of the first round. I mean, he could be. Look at Jason Verrett, for example.
Yeah.
No player's been through more injury riddled seasons than this guy. But when he is healthy, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
More
reason not to chase a guy that's have injury issues.
That's why I kind of lean more towards Newsom. Or hell, even J.C. Horn. But if we're staying put on second, then maybe somebody like Elijah Molden or
Jason Horn is not making it out of the top 10. No way he makes out of the top 10.
I think he will.
I think he's going to Dallas. I think he's going to be the first corner off the board to Dallas over Surtain. I can't get your reaction, Nate.
What's that?
Because you're not moving, so I don't know what your reaction is.
To what?
To anything. Beto, send over your hot peppers.
I mean,
are you sure, Tom?
Hang it up and try to come back in and see if it works.
Are you sure, Tom? You may not want that, brother. You get a Latino's hot peppers, bro. I lost Eric too. He'll come back in a minute. So, let me ask you guys, the viewer. Let me ask Kathy, Tom, and all of you guys. Who would you guys want to take at 43? Is Eric with you?
Of course he is.
Okay. Because you went and Eric went. I'm like, Eric.
I know. It was funny because
I forgot he's with you, yeah.
When we cut off, Eric was talking. And I said, hold on, man. I was like, you're with me.
Yeah. Well, I forgot about that. So I was like, Eric, it's me and you, and take his back. I'm like, nope, I guess it's just me and the guy and the viewer. He took him with him. Selfish.
That's better, though?
Yeah, you're moving.
Okay.
Yeah, you're definitely okay.
Am I back in yet?
Of course you are.
You never left.
Yeah,
See that we've it's Tom.
I love Tom.
Tom, don't give in to the clown.
Don't give in to the dark side.
Yeah, it's silliness.
I said earlier, fart, Nate, so that you can move.
Yeah, I saw that. I just didn't I didn't pay it any mind.
Oh, you have no sense of humor. Oh.
Yeah, it's not sense of humor.
I think it's hilarious.
I don't see the humor in it.
Really?
You're the one that gets this kick out of the whole fart thing.
Yeah, I go to the dark side, bro.
I've never seen.
I like it to fart and then bubble up my back.
Yeah.
It's just
whatever.
You ever made a fart whistle? All right, let's get off that topic. Nate, you froze again? Oh no, he's there. You were just making a serious face.
No.
Oh,
let me ask you this. I know this ain't really a pressing need now that we signed a running back, but is there even a running back?
Hell no.
That's what I said. Nope.
Let's just stop that right now.
Yeah.
Not in the first 5 rounds. How about that?
I doubt it any round, actually. I can see them bringing some undrafted free agents.
Yeah, but when you get to the 6th and 7th round, if you want to do that, I mean, most of those guys don't make teams anyway.
Yeah, true.
Maybe there's a guy that you were looking at as an undrafted free agent, and you opt to draft him in the 7th round so that you can make sure that he comes to you as opposed to maybe choosing somebody else. It's a good idea. I think I froze again, man.
Oh my God, that one's even better.
Damn.
That was even better than the first one. Oh shit. Pay your internet, bro. Your internet's weak.
No, it's definitely not my internet.
Well, it can't be mine because I'm moving.
I have no idea what it is. I might need to reboot my computer, but it's not.
Bro, I gotta take a picture of that. That is hilarious. Oh,
I'm surprised you ain't been spamming.
What's that? I didn't hear you, Eric.
I said I'm surprised you ain't been spamming the chat with pictures.
Yeah.
Nah, that's only something you would do, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
the chat doesn't take.
I was a driver for UPS, not FedEx, bro.
Yeah, so
we don't lower our standards.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So Dina Harvey says corner or tight end, and I think a tight end will probably be a position they will address, but I think they'll probably address that later rounds more than.
Here's the thing: there is an incredible drop off from the first tight end in the draft to the second. Yeah, there's a major drop. As a matter of fact, I would not be surprised that you didn't see a tight end from that. Probably he's going to be a top 10 pick. Pitts. You might not see a tight end until the third round after that.
Yeah, and there's only one. I mean, there's a couple of tight ends I like, but as far as that, yeah, I don't. They're talking about maybe fifth round.
No, third round. Probably that. What's the guy's
kid
name?
from Florida.
No,
Jordan.
Heck no.
Penn
State.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's probably the next best thing, but he's probably not going to the third round.
Yeah, I think it'll be. It should be corner, and then maybe, like you said, secondary help, maybe a safety, or if not, look at some offensive tackle or a guard that can play, or a center that can play guard type of position that we can look at it with a third or fourth. Mm-hmm. But I would love to see, and I'm still a firm believer that you work from the inside out, but in this case, I would love to get a corner and a safety, or two corners.
From inside out. What do you mean?
From the front to the back, I should say.
Oh no,
more than inside out.
Nah,
that's never more. The inside out didn't make sense, but yeah, from the front, from the defensive line to the secondary.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that at all.
Michael Jordan years ago.
He's talking about Jordan Reed. He retired, bro.
He retired.
He retired.
Michael Jordan. Stupid. You're a dork. Yeah, I know. Reed.
Yeah, he's injury prone. He retired.
He retired so
yeah, he got a concussion getting milk out of the refrigerator. Decided to retire. I don't know. I like what we're gonna. I like our offense, man. I just, this whole Matt Jones crap. It's funny how people say that they hear all this inside, or their people. They're hearing from their people. It's like everybody knows, bro, that Niners don't leak anything. They have not leaked anything since they came. They don't leak anything they don't want leaked. So all this, and then if they really wanted Mac Jones, you don't think they would have moved from 12 to 6 with the Eagles and just gave up one number one instead of 2? If that's what they wanted, I think Jones would have been there at 6.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you know what? You'll see. If Mac Jones doesn't get drafted 3, watch him fall.
I think he'll fall all the way to 15 to the Patriots.
I think the Patriots will move up a little bit to get him. I think once he gets around that 10, 11, you don't need a whole lot to move from 15 to 10 or 11.
True.
So they'll probably do that.
But I think that'll be the team that takes him, yeah.
You know what? That's a good place for him.
Yeah.
Alabama, Boston.
They run the same. They do a lot of the same things.
Perfect move.
Yep, they're both a bunch of cheaters. But yeah, so everybody, it's gonna we'll find out who they pick. But in the beginning, and Nate will tell you this, I was kind of like really thinking, man, this I started sorting it out, man. This Matt Jones might be a possibility, but the more I thought about it, it's just no way, man. It looks like it's going to be Justin Fields. I like Trey Lance. I wouldn't be disappointed with either one, but I think that right now, Fields is the one that will probably be best for us going forward. And I like him. Like I said, I like them both, but Mac Jones is not. And you're right. If he does not get picked at 3, he'll get past the Broncos at 9. He'll get past the Panthers at 8.
Talking about Jones?
Yeah, Jones. Yeah, yeah. I think if the Niners do take Fields, I can see Trey Lance landing with the Broncos. That's a possibility for Trey Lance is with the Broncos. I can see that fit, but the Broncos are undecided. Though I think they'll still want it. I think they still.
If don't be surprised if Trey Lance ends up in Atlanta.
Oh, forget about Atlanta. Yeah, you're right. Forget about Atlanta sitting there at 4. Yeah, I know that if they get Pitts, if they can get 2 more years out of Matt Ryan, but if the owner of Atlanta wants to think, if they want to future-proof themselves, they have to get a quarterback because I don't see them being in that position high enough to get a quarterback again. And
every
new coach. I'm sorry. What's up, Eric?
Comes in. Every new coach that comes in, they want their own. They want their guy. Nothing against Matt Ryan or anything like that, but
well, you want to put your career on someone that you picked. You don't want to put your career on a quarterback that's already there, and plus he's old. Not that he's bad.
Yeah, he's not going to be there that much longer. Maybe 2 years is what I give him.
I mean, if you pick your own quarterback and it doesn't work out for you, you can live with all right, this is who I went with. It didn't work out. I got fired. Moving on. But to get fired because you're headed a quarterback that towards the end of his career doesn't work out for you, that would suck. So I can see where they can take a quarterback at 4.
Yeah, but look what they did with Ryan Tannehill. Arthur Smith, what he did in Tennessee, he revitalized Ryan Tannehill's career pretty much and did a lot of that with Derrick Henry. So, just saying.
So you think Pitts will be a good fit for Atlanta?
I don't know.
Pitts would be a good fit for anybody.
Oh, true. Yeah, Pitts, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we traded up to 3 for Pitts.
I wouldn't draft him at number 4, though. If I was really interested in him, if I was him, I would trade with somebody that was close up in there that wanted a quarterback.
I'm telling you, Miami, they put themselves in a beautiful place to get an extra first round, move back up to the 6th, and probably take Pitts at 6.
You know what? Probably won't last that long. You know that Miami has went public about their not
about moving out.
Yeah, moving back again.
I think the perfect landing spot for him is Carolina. That's where I think
he ain't gonna make it there.
No, if he's not gonna make it to the Dolphins, he ain't touching Carolina.
We're not going backwards, man. Yeah, he's not.
Well, I'm saying if he slides through the cracks.
No, I mean, I don't see the Bengals. The Bengals. I mean, I can see the Bengals taking him. I shouldn't say I can't see it, but they need to protect their quarterback. They need a tackle, man. As much as they want Pitts, I mean, what's a good point of having a great tight end if your damn quarterback can't throw to him?
Well, they drafted a tackle last year, so I mean, they got a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah,
it's just like any team that's trying to rebuild.
No, they got their quarterback. You need to concentrate on that, and then you can work from there. Yeah, you need to take care of that guy.
Yeah, protect him. Exactly.
Yeah, you see the crazy stuff that Kansas City does to get a tackle.
Yeah. Hey, kudos to Kansas City, man. I heard about that. Yeah, I think so. I mean, what are they going to do with the 31 overall pick in this first round? They ain't going to get a no damn tackle as good as the kid they picked up from the Ravens.
Well, this is the part you're missing. Okay. Number one, the guy that they picked up, it's not about being as good. You need a guy that can play. You don't need to have the best guy. This is the mistake. You gave up a 1 and 3 and a 4. You have all these high-priced players on your team. You're adding one that basically you got him for 1 year, and then you're going to have to pay him a bunch of money. Yeah. So you gave up 3 pieces of draft capital that could potentially fill that role for a high-priced guy. You know what they're lining up to be? They're lining up to be the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts spent many years with a high-powered offense and a defense that could rush the passer when they got a lead, but they couldn't stop the run, and they really couldn't cover. So if Peyton Manning wasn't just lighting up the scoreboard, and especially when they got him down in the playoffs, he made it tough for him. You know, I don't have a problem with Peyton Manning not winning those games. They did not set that team up for success. They paid all that money to Peyton, to Marvin, to Reggie Wayne, to the left tackle, to the 2 defensive ends, and to Bob Sanders. You had those guys making all the money, and then you had what was basically the equivalent of a damn scout team around him on the and Jeff Saturday was making money too at center.
Oh,
yeah. But you know, you went and did all of that. And so this is what they're doing. Look at what they have. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Now you got this tackle that you got from Baltimore that's 24 years old and just waiting for his next payday. And you gave up 3 draft picks to get him. So he's going to be making a ton. Mahomes is making big time money. So, and then on the offensive side, you got the 2 defensive linemen, Jones and the guy from Seattle. 55 from Seattle.
Frank
Clark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. You got 6-7 guys that are going to be making a ton of money. Once you take that money, you're spreading yourself thin. You know, you can only kick it back, restructure. You can only do that so much.
But if they make it back and win a Super Bowl in 2021, you got to say it paid off.
And if they don't win another win with Mahomes, I say they failed miserably. So, if you want to sell your soul for 1 Super Bowl, go right ahead. But here's the thing.
Did, obviously.
Well, and if you do, more power to you.
Yeah, but it's not about if they do. They did.
It's not my way of doing things at all. There's no way. That's too much. You could have got a tackle. You might not have got a, guy that's bordering all pro, but get you a guy that can play high level. You don't need
this could backfire, and you're right, but I still like them being aggressive and going up for it and taking. I like an agreed taking. Yeah. Being aggressive.
There's some aggression I like and some I don't. And if they have a plan, which I can't see their plan,
correct.
And I don't really know enough about their team, to really sit up here and say, maybe they have a plan to let one of them defensive players go. Well, here's the problem. Your defense sucks. Why are you, and you gave up all your draft picks that you could maybe replenish that defense. So I don't know. I don't know what their plan is, but
you made a good point there. We don't know what their plan is. We don't know where they stand. We're outside looking in. And if they do have a plan and they were aggressive and it pays off, good for them. If it doesn't, then they're going to be paying for this decision years to come, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know their plan, but I know math, and it doesn't add up. See?
Yeah, it's like
what we did,
about
it adds up. Our move, the move we made, was looking forward, looking way forward. So when you're forward thinking like that and you chase a quarterback like that, yeah, that's probably good business. Yeah.
Well, we were looking forward to Trent Williams too when we traded for him. So,
Trent Williams came, at bargain basement prices. We were bargain shopping at the top of the chain.
Yeah, but we weren't going to just trade for him and not try to resign him.
Yeah,
but there was no guarantee. I mean, they traded for.
They traded him and they gave
Sanders.
him a contract that said they couldn't franchise tag him. So, that's either foolish or cocky, one or the other, maybe both.
Yeah, we got lucky that it worked out for us. Most definitely got lucky that it worked out for us. But you're right, having a no trade or not trade, but you can't franchise tag him, and he'll become a free agent. You were definitely taking a chance that if someone else paid him more, if he just something happened throughout the year that didn't work out for him in the Niners, he could have left. And there's something we can just kind of like we did with Emmanuel Sanders. We gave up the capital.
We gave up a third and a fifth, and we probably would have got what a draft pick.
I don't know. You sound like you
eating the phone.
Yeah, that's the next way.
I just moved.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, Eric, we should end this show.
I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy.
If you're eating the phone, that's what it sounded like. That's a good. Anyway, we come past our hour of tonight's show. Great show, guys. Always interesting. The draft is around the corner. We won't have to wait that much longer to see which direction the Niners are going to go. I can't speak for Nate, nor Eric, nor Mike, but at the end of the day, I mean, I like the pick if it ain't the pick that I want at 3, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to support the 49ers and the quarterback that they do choose. And hopefully that it works out for us and we still get a great quarterback and we can win multiple games and playoff games and a couple of championships. But we'll have to wait and see. It was a nice conversation tonight, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Nate, I appreciate you like always. Eric, thank you for jumping on the line. Tom, thank you for your faithfulness, brother. Kathy, thank you, everyone that came on tonight. I appreciate all you guys, man. Stay tuned for Monday. Keep in mind, Monday, we'll find out. There's only so much we can really talk about right now before the draft. So Monday might be a day that we come on. We might not. But nevertheless, we'll keep you guys posted. But for tonight, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Spend it with your family and loved ones. All right, guys. Anything you guys want to say before we call it a night?
Yeah, I'm going to do something that Beto seems to run from, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug the Niner Sickness Report. You guys definitely are going to want to tune into that show on draft day. He's going to be covering the draft. So you're going to want to tune in. So on Beto's channel, the Niner Sickness Report, go ahead and tune in for that on draft day.
Appreciate that. Yeah. For those that thank you for mentioning that. Yeah. And hopefully our guest is going to be the Boston Hater and email.
Plan to,
maybe.
I plan.
We'll at this point it'll be a 50-50. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
let's see if I can pay him enough to come on.
Better than 50-50. I'm going to say 95-5.
Oh, there you go. Even better.
I'm 50-50.
Eric's 50-50. As long as he don't need his phone, we're good. We're good.
You're the one.
But anyway, thank you for that, Nate. Check on Thursday when we go live and check out my Niner Sickness Report, and we'll give you the scoop of what's going on with the draft. We'll talk about the first 2 picks and obviously the 49er pick and which direction we'll go from there. All right, guys, we took enough of your time. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your evening. God bless you. Until next time, peace.
Good night.